Some policemen deployed to the Tiptoe Lane at the Kwame Nkrumah Circle were attacked by some irate retailers who were protesting the lockup of their shops by their Ghanaian counterparts. Well, Monday morning's exercise, according to the retailers, was to drum home their call for the foreigners to leave the retail space reserved exclusively for locals by law. The exercise degenerated into a full-blown fracas with at least 5 persons sustaining injuries. We go now to Roland Walker, who is there live to give us what the latest is, at least how does the morning after looks like. Over to you, Roland.
Well, thank you, Mama V, and you just did the narration quite well. We're here at the Tiptoe Lane, the Kwame Nkrumah Circle it used to be called because there's just an interchange behind us. But this is really where the incident occurred yesterday, and subsequently you can see that there are shops that have been closed. They've been padlocked, so to speak, or they've been locked. So if you get to see some of the shops, you get to find that they also have some red inks, if not marks on them, and so you will see that subsequently. But look, the situation, I wouldn't say is dire, but there seems to be extensive tension, and as a result of that, many of the traders, both Nigerians and Ghanaians, have refused to also make their opinions known publicly. But the reality is that the tension is there. But how do we resolve this? And it's all because of the GIPC regulation, which indicates or states clearly that we shouldn't have foreigners in the retail space, and it not being adequately enforced by so-called advocates of the Ghana Union of Traders Association has resulted in the current impasse. We'll have some interaction with these traders, those who are also retailers, and also get to find what they're talking about. But we'll also speak to Mr. Ben Yabwa, who is the National Welfare Officer for the Ghana Union of Traders Association. But let me just also introduce to you some of these interested advocates that we have here. And what's your name?
Eric Pobi.
Eric Pobi. And you play your trade here as well?
Yes.
And what's your name as well?
I'm Ninkaps Michael.
Okay, Ninkaps, and thank you for joining me too.
Thank you.
And of course you are Mr. Benny Abua. You're always joining us, but we have to be real with the situation. You look at the way it is, and it has to be. Just give me one phrase that you can use to describe the tension that is here.
Well, I'd rather say sad.
It's sad.
Yeah, very sad.
All right, it's okay. Don't go again. But Eric, let me start with you. What you saw yesterday, it looks like it's just a situation that has been brewing, but you also trade together with your compatriots from Nigeria as well. And how would you say the way the treatment is going, it has to be? Should it be the situation or the case?
No, it shouldn't have been so. If state institutions in charge of these things have done their work well. Alliance Guta has given them a whole lot of information that this is what is going on. And instead of them to come on the ground to come and check whether what Guta is saying is true, they have refused for all these years. I think we went around, posted some notes on their shops and told them they shouldn't come. We gave, I think it was 2 weeks ago we did that. And yet still, when you come, they are still doing it. For me, I blame the state institution in charge. Because see, this country, people are in their state institutions working. At the end of the month, they will take their salaries. The job for them to do is on the ground. They don't come to do it. I don't know whether GM, what is the name of? Yeah. GIPC. They always take their monthly salaries. They don't think about the job that they are doing for us as Ghanaians. See, you cannot be in your own country for a foreigner to take over your job. It's very sad.
What do you mean by they taking over the job? It's retail. And it's also to the market. It's a market job. You're selling value to interested customers.
They have cheap products. I will tell you for a fact. That is why they are taking over the market. They have cheap products. Their products are very cheap. That one I will not like.
But look, we also are in a state in which we sign on to protocols. For example, I can clearly read out to you the protocol we have with ECOWAS that is indicating that there should be free movement of goods and services across boundaries, across borders. And it looks like that seems to be a different case right here in Ghana.
Yeah, I think the incident that happened yesterday was very, very unfortunate. Like you rightly said, taking into account the ECOWAS protocol. You see, these foreigners, as we always call them, they may be violating certain rules here. But let us ask ourselves, like my brother indicated, these people, do they pay taxes? Yes, of course they pay. He rightly said that they have cheap products. What is accounting for their products to be cheap? Is it because doing business in Ghana here is difficult, or the government in Nigeria, they support their citizens doing business elsewhere? Today, if we come and we close these shops and they want to retaliate in Nigeria, let's ask ourselves, our brothers and sisters in Nigeria, when they come back to Ghana, where are they going to live? What are they coming to do? This is a security threat. And like my brother indicated, I think it is important that our state institutions, they sit up. If it will call for people to be fired, the president should do that. You see, they are not comfortable. The shops have been closed. This morning I came to buy 1 or 2 things, and the shop I usually buy my things from, I came and the place is locked. I went to a Ghanaian shop and the price is like twice of what I've been getting. What is the main problem? Is somebody somewhere taking a bribe from these foreigners that the person is refusing to apply the laws? Okay. What is happening? Are we serious as a people? If it is the law that is banning these foreigners from doing retail business and we think that it is not well, can we amend that? Can we change that to allow them to go into business with us? In fact, if we close these Nigerians, their shops, then Ghana, partially we are doomed.
That's a view there. But look, in the market, and if you look at what value, creating value for customers are, for example, you take the phones. We have grades of phones. So once the hula baloo about some goods are cheap, others are less of quality, etc. When we all do know that it's a free market space, it's a free market world.
Well, it's a free market world, but there are rules and regulations everywhere. Let's take, for instance, even in Nigeria. If you are a foreigner in Nigeria today, they are registering all foreigners as we speak. As I indicated to you, they are doing it by state. And by 2020, ending of January, if you are not registered, they will repatriate you. There are rules and regulations everywhere. So I'll not even go to whether some goods are cheap or not. It's a law in Ghana that when you come here and you want to trade, you just make sure that you do what the laws of Ghana states. That is what you do. So if you come, it's not about your goods being cheaper or higher. No, you go by what does the law say. The law says that when you come, register with GIPC, register with the Registrar General. They will tell you where to go, what to do and what not to do. That is what you do. Like my other brother indicated, when we even went around, I started breaking that law. The GIPC at 865. They have been breaking that law. They were not paying taxes. They were doing all lot.
What do you mean by they were not paying taxes? We have GRA officials who will come here and come to each shop and they will issue them whatever surcharges or invoices for them to pay. There's no way that you have a brick and mortar store that you can say that that shop just doesn't pay taxes.
Well, last time I told you that you guys should do some homework. Go to the Ministry of Trade and ask them, the last committee that went to Swami Magazine, what did they find? Look, in that small space of about a week or two, they collected well over 100,000 Ghana cedis worth of taxes from these foreigners. They sell so much, they were just refusing to pay. I don't know whether they were bribing some officials and they were refusing to pay.
How is that if you claim they're bribing officials a fault of the traders?
So they are two in tango. They are all doing the wrong thing. Ours is that it's as simple as A.
So you have to come lock the shops?
It's as simple as A.
On what basis are you coming to lock the shop?
Remember, the president told us.
What law is behind you?
The GIPC Act is a law.
Are you the enforcer of that GIPC
We are
Act?
being citizens this time round, like the president said.
That's mayhem.
There's no mayhem. The president said we should be citizens and not spectators. And we are being exactly that.
That's a mob life.
But who said so?
Because you're not a regulator.
Who says so? Look, my brother, the danger is that, look, let's listen to what the news said. Let's listen to what the news said. They said over 600 shops were locked up here. If 600 shops, look at this vicinity there and this environs. If over 600 shops have been locked up here and they belong to foreigners, so where are the shops of the Ghanaians? Isn't that spark some panic in you?
No, it doesn't.
It should.
Now, we do know that when you go around the retail market, so to speak, you find Lebanese, you find Chinese. I mean, before you even find other nationals, there could be Nigerians, Nigerians, etc. It looks like it's only those that they can quickly get a hand on and also swoop on that seem to be the vulnerable. Is that the case, you think?
It's unfortunate our brothers, the Nigerians, are victims. Look, Roland, I tell you, there are some Lebanese, I'm from BA. They move in cars and sell phones. The question we are asking is, who has given these people the authority to go around and sell these phones? I want to disagree with what my elder brother is saying. In our attempt to enforce the laws, we do not take the laws into our own hands. You see, we have a president who says he's a listening president. I think the president needs to sit up. I learned some government officials went to Nigeria. The former president went to Nigeria, but we are still not seeing anything happening. Let us take, for example, the closure of the Benin border. There are Ghanaians who are there who are suffering. There are Nigerians who are equally there suffering. Traders have taken monies, loans, and then their goods are locked up at the border. And today we sit here. They are seated in their air conditions. People are suffering. Today we are closing these shops. It's unfortunate that these things are happening. But I'm telling you that it is a threat to national security. Because these people...
Because you're extremely worried about it.
I'm very, very worried.
Because you feel the tension is high.
Too high. Today, if there's a reprisal in Nigeria, what will happen to our innocent brothers and sisters there? So let us take time in our attempt to enforce the laws. Let us be very, very careful. But the president again needs to sit up and make sure that the law enforcement agencies, if there are people within the GRA and other agencies taking bribe from these Nigerians, they should investigate. I tell you, a whole lot of fraud is happening within this system.
And you wanted to add to what Michael was saying?
Yes.
Or you wanted to react to it?
You said there are Lebanese here. Why are we not?
Well, they are, aren't they?
Yeah, they are, but they are behaving well. They are
because they are operating bigger shops, according to some critics, and you at the local level can get there. They operate big shops. The rate at which they import and sell locally is high. So, and they are Obroni.
My brother, it's never true. See, about our brothers Nigerians, at first, when they get the shop, they will employ 2 or 3 Ghanaians inside, and they'll be working with them. Now, they have gone home and brought their own people, and they are working with them. They place them at vantage positions, and then get customers to their shops. It's not done anywhere. That is why they are saying they are the target. They are the target because the way they are...
Why is it that you also don't place your people at vantage position to give you customers?
You are in
sense that way, doesn't it?
My brother, you are in my country doing the wrong thing, and you are telling me I should also place my people at vantage position. My people, we are being abiding by our own laws and our rules. Okay, you cannot come and place somebody in front of my shop. When somebody is entering my shop, then you call the person and keep the person to a Nigerian shop. If the person is a Ghanaian, fine. He's not a Ghanaian. Why? You can't employ 3 or 4 Ghanaians in your own shop. That one we will accept. But now you are here with everything. I think the reason why they are the target is what I'm telling you. They are really, really disturbing us. At first, they were not on the street. They were in their shop. We accept that. Quietly. But recently...
What do you mean by they are disturbing you? That's discriminatory.
It is never discriminating. Those Ghanaians, they are saying they are in Nigeria. They should go and check whether those Ghanaian businesses are doing what they are doing here. You see, they should go and check whether our Ghanaians there are doing what they are doing to us here. It is wrong. Sometimes they are our brothers. We have been with them for years. How many years are Nigerians in this country? Yes, way back. Has this thing happened before? This tells you that there is something wrong. They have taken advantage of our laws, and they want to manipulate it. We will never allow them to do that.
Well, the last time I was reading on, you want to go? I was reading on Facebook and somebody commented that Guta is just creating one unnecessary panic and trying to increase the negative sentiment against these foreigners involved, especially Nigerians in the retail business.
Roland, let me ask you. We have a law at 865 in our statutory books.
Yes, we do.
So what is that law doing?
You are not the enforcer of the law.
No.
That's what I know.
So that we are being citizens, ensuring. See, all these hula baloo.
Being citizens doesn't mean you should be marauding.
No, what are we?
Being mavericks.
No way. We are just trying to ensure that we will not sit down.
That's a vigilante life, is that not it?
So being citizens,
why don't you go to the authorities so that the laws are regulated and enforced?
We have been with them for all these years. Look, Guta has been very civil, very, very civil all these years, trying to work with the authorities with this situation. But it seems that the authorities are just taking us for a ride.
You can't take the law into your own hands. We have a constitution under which everybody have got their human rights to be protected, whether they're foreigners or not. It's all guaranteed.
We are not taking any law into our hands. We are being citizens, as I said, and not spectators. We will ensure, and that one we've indicated to everyone already, we will ensure that if those authorities that are responsible to enforce the law are sitting down and not doing nothing, Guta would do something about it.
Let me ask you this, Mr. Yeboah. The president referenced in that speech when he was sworn into office for citizens to be what they are and not spectators. What's your interpretation of that? That is related to the way you are acting in relation to the non-enforcement so-called of the GIPC law.
Look at what is going on in Nigeria. I'm telling you something. Look at what is going on in Nigeria. Nigeria is telling Ghana that, look, if you don't know, is your country people first before any other law. That is what Nigeria is telling us. They broke the ECOWAS treaty altogether because they closed their borders, land borders. And it's direct contravention to the ECOWAS protocol. They say they don't care. And they are registering all foreigners. What do you think they are doing? And therefore, it's an indication to our institutions and government that they should act. Because we can look, if they are over...
Actually, the interpretation of...
is that if there are over 600 shops that belongs to foreigners, then where are the Ghanaians? Are they now, what, servants in their own country?
But how can Ghanaians be servants? They have their shops upright. They've opened.
How many shops are in this vicinity? And if foreigners own 600, isn't it alarming?
To who? To you?
To me and you. Both of us. We should be alarmed. Because then, if there are over 600 of them owning shops, where are the Ghanaians? So Ghanaians are becoming servants in our own country. That is how we interpret being a citizen. And we'll be citizens as such. We will not sit down and allow any foreigner to just come in and use this place like a corridor and walk in and out as if he doesn't really care.
That's abuse of people's rights.
Which right? So as citizens, we don't have rights. Then they should remove that law from the statutory books.
The point is, you as an association and a pressure group, you don't have that right to go lock in people's stores. That's simple.
That agitation you see is the frustrations that they are showing. If we don't want to see that, so why are those institutions sitting down? What is GIPC doing? Why are they paying?
Have you spoken to the GIPC and what's their view on the way you are acting?
You see, they always tell us that we would work. In fact, I've been to this area myself. I've been here with the GIPC monitoring team here myself. We went round and they themselves were alarmed to see that if you count about 3 shops, 2 belong to foreigners, 1 belongs to Ghanaian.
That is wrong.
That's very wrong. Very, very wrong.
Why do you blame that on the Nigerians? It's the GIPC.
They are taking the fight upon themselves. We always say foreigners. We don't say Nigerians. They happen to be so much in our country because they don't respect.
You don't go to Okaishe and go and sack the Lebanese and the Chinese.
You'll be surprised. I led a task force.
Which Lebanese and Chinese shops have you closed in the last 1 week or 1 month?
Because you don't know our strategy. You know if we are moving there tomorrow. You don't even know.
So you
led a task force to close.
So you attack the Nigerians first?
No, we are attacking foreigners who are breaking the law. That's exactly what.
So you're attacking foreigners who are breaking the law. Exactly. And the first in the whole scheme is the Nigerian trader.
they happen to be.
So who are you moving on next? The Chinese or the Lebanese or the Syrian?
We will not tell you, because that would mean that I'm giving out what we have. The point is that we said foreigners should abide by the laws of Ghana. It's as simple as that. If I go to Nigeria and look, that reprisal attack that they normally talk about really annoys me. The fact that someone is breaking the law here and you tell me that someone in my country, your countryman is also breaking the law. Please tell the Ghanaian in Nigeria if he's breaking the law, check him. That's how we are checking them. They should check the Ghanaians there. And how many Ghanaians own shops in Nigeria? How many of them? Please, you guys, Joy, you did very well. You went there and you checked certain things. Look, as we speak, the Nigerians may have forgotten. In 2013, they took the government of Ghana to the ECOWAS court, if you've forgotten, on this same GIPC Act. And they lost. I think they don't have copies. We'll give them copies of that ruling. They should stop what they are doing and abide by our laws. It's as simple as that. If they can't abide by our laws, please, you go back home.
Mr. Ben Yeboah is the National Welfare Officer of the Ghana Union of Traders Association. Michael, what do you say to all these?
You see, it's all about the frustration. Now, Roland, go to the market. There's shortage of Hollandia. Prior to the influx of these Nigerians into Ghana, how many people owned motorbikes, cycles? Now, today you go to the presidency. If they want to buy motorbikes for assemblymen, it is through Nigeria they pass. So there is something wrong somewhere. There is something wrong somewhere. Fish, if the fish want to start rotting, it starts from the head. It doesn't start from the tail. So there is a problem somewhere. The president should sit up. Problems are there. If we allow these shops to be closed today, tomorrow, we don't know what will happen next. Today, if Guta has gone to lock the shops, look, nothing will happen. Yes, we may say that nothing will happen, but we are not God. We are not God. It is wrong they are doing that. It is wrong. My brother said that Ghanaians in Nigeria are being registered as foreigners. So Rome was not built in a day. We can also start that process. Register all foreigners in Ghana and make sure that they do the right things. Now there are Nigerians here who are married to Ghanaians. There are Nigerians here who have the Ghana card. How do you say that they are not Ghanaians? There's a problem somewhere. Let us identify the root cause. Let us identify the root cause. Guta is doing their work well, but there's a problem somewhere. It is as a result of their frustration, coupled with the economic hardship.
The economy is hard?
So tough.
It's okay.
So tough.
It's okay. Thank you very much, Michael.
Thank you too.
All the best for the day.
Thank you.
And thank you for just contributing.
My pleasure.
It was difficult getting people to speak to. I see a lot of people now and they are ready to speak. But what will be your last word as well?
For me,
you can't live in isolation, can you?
No. For me, I think the right thing has been done. Just because of...
You think the right thing has been done?
Yeah, it has been done. It has created an awareness. And the president themselves will know that, yes, Ghanaians are hungry. I told you from the beginning that we have been with them all this while. There hasn't been something like this before. But today it's happening. That means something is wrong somewhere. But the Nigerians in this country must abide by our rules. They shouldn't take advantage over their population and come here. They shouldn't take advantage of that.
What do you mean by that?
Yeah, they think they are many, so they can occupy everywhere. No. For now, we are going to abide by our rules. Don't do. What we are asking them to do for us, they should do it for us so that we all live in peace. They have taken advantage by marrying our women and putting them in their shops.
What do you mean by that? They are married to Ghanaian women who want to marry. Are you saying that even Ghanaians who go and marry foreigners...
Some of them have taken advantage. I know a shop that has not been closed just because the name is Ajia. I just don't want to talk.
There are Ghanaians who also marry because they want to go and get papers, etc.
Nigerian. You see, they are taking advantage. You see, Ghana, sometimes I feel so sad, and to be a Ghanaian sometimes, I feel very, very sad. Because when a Ghanaian is moving from here to US, he hosts everything that he knows that these are the laws in America. And our leaders have always, most of them have been educated outside, including the president today. Still, the laws and rules in this country are not being used. Our constitution is there. There are more things inside. What are they doing? What are they doing about it? All they know is, if you don't vote for me, I'll get you out. So all the time, the constitution is there. People are not using it. They are just using voting power, this tongue power, because all we need is to abamame. It is wrong.
Thank you, Eric. Eric Poppy speaking is also trade here. You just shortly. This one is just 10 seconds.
Roll how?
10 seconds. So what's your last word?
My last word is that until the authorities get up and do what they are supposed to do, Guta and her members will not relent in
That's taking the law into your own hands.
We will not take the law into our hands. We are righting the wrong. If the government wants to take over, the institutions want to take over and continue righting the wrong, we will allow them to do so. We'll be very civil, we will not do anything
but that is not a mark of civility. Locking shops and putting paint inscriptions on them. It's not civility.
If yesterday they hadn't brought in some people, I don't know where they recruited them from, with sticks, cutlasses and stones, you would not have seen anything. They would have gone through this exercise quietly. That is how Ghanaians are. We are very quiet. But they shouldn't take that our leniency to be our weakness.
But that is not a mark of people who are quiet, going forcibly to lock shops.
They were doing it quietly. They were doing it quietly. But they shouldn't take our leniency to be our weakness. That one will not allow. We are citizens of Ghana and will ensure that we remain citizens of Ghana. If they want to live with us peacefully, any foreigner, they should abide by what the law says.
Well, thank you very much. And that'll be it for now. And we're just leaving you with the situation as it is. We'll keep monitoring it for the rest of the day. And Mr. Benny Yabua is a national welfare officer for the Ghana Union of Traders Association right here. And you'll get to know all the latest subsequently on other regular programming on the channel.
It's Roland Walker live from the Tiptoe Lane here in Accra. So Guta members still strongly relying on a GIPC regulation on foreigners engaging in retail business in our country. And we know that this issue is going to continue until we hear or we see clear leadership and a position shared by leadership. We will continue to see, Guta members closing shops owned by foreigners, and who knows how this is going to end, really. So we hope that we see some clear leadership in line, with regards to this issue. You're also watching the AM show. We've got show business coming up. Year is fast getting to an end. So Becky will share stuff that people in the industry have been sharing with her on the show today. Stay for show business.